Beneath me is 1.25 million gallons of water here in this Grandview Reservoir in Government Hill, St. Michael. Not too far from me, a few meters away, is another reservoir which is up for repairs. While that gets those repairs, this one will be getting connected to the system and will be feeding the greater Bridgetown area. So to tell me a bit more on this edition of Water Wednesdays about what is happening here and when this connection will happen and when you will see that improved supply coming into your homes, your residents in the greater Bridgetown district, we have again joining us Shelley Parris. She's a project manager with the BWA. Shelley, good to have you back. Talk to us about what is happening here and what component, what part of the project is this reservoir falling under?
Right, well this reservoir site forms a larger part of the BWA's aim to improve its resilience through refurbishing our existing reservoir capacity. The existing reservoir was actually built in 1890.
Wow.
So you know we're talking over 130 years, and as such it started to show signs of its age. So our basic plan here was that we would put the new reservoir in service, 1.25 million gallons, and then once we have this connected within the next couple of weeks, we would look to start planning for the rehabilitation of the existing. So as I said, that's a part of our larger works to do rehabilitation works across our system. Also coming into stream within the next year or so is the Barbados Water Infrastructure Rehabilitation Project, which is funded by 2 loans from the European Investment Bank and the Latin American Development Bank. And that's intended to further this work. So we have reservoir and tank rehabilitation coming at the Lambert's Reservoir, Ashton Hall St. Peter, Rock Hall St. Peter, which is a tank. We have Lodge Hill St. Michael, which is a reservoir again, as well as Cave Hill Tank in St. Michael, and then we're going to Beaumonton Reservoir in St. John. We also have pumping station rehabilitation, which is part of our, we have to make sure all of the facilities are really up to scratch.
Yeah.
So we're going to be doing work at Allendale in St. Lucie, Haymans in St. Peter, Lodge Hill in St. Michael again, and Ozone over in St. Joseph. As a part of that works, we also have wastewater treatment plant upgrades filtered in, which is going to be funded by the EIB. We're going to be doing installation of new cranes for the Bell Pumping Station, Allendale and Hampton, which are bigger stations that carry our much larger pumps. So we have to make sure that equipment will be working well for a while. And then we'll be doing some work on mains replacement under that program as well. So we have a lot of works going on across a lot of programs, but it's because the network really needs an update.
And it's all about putting that redundancy in the system.
Yes.
That's why we're keeping both reservoirs in service once the repairs on that is complete, right?
Right. This will form additional capacity so that should we have any storm impacts or electrical outages from the source station at the Bell, the greater Bridgetown area will not suffer directly, because this also includes serving the Queen Elizabeth Hospital as well, which is one of our highest priorities for the entire system. So that's why we have to plan ahead with doing this particular exercise.
Any difficulties with connecting this one into the system?
Yes, because of how our system is interrelated, we are going to be spending the next, as I said, a couple of weeks planning very carefully to make sure that we mitigate any outages in Bridgetown, because we don't want to have Bridgetown going out of service. We do have an alternate supply that comes to Bridgetown, but it will be low pressure. So we're trying to make sure that we get in and get this connection done as quickly as possible to make sure that our system is restored.
Thank you, Shelley, as always, for joining us here on Water Wednesdays. And remember, as Shelley said, we will put out notices early so that you will know if there is indeed a time that there will be low pressure or outages in the greater Bridgetown area, so that we can have you more prepared. And also in preparation, it's all about storage in 2022. Please make sure you have an adequate supply of water stored so that can take you through any of those periods. As always, thank you for watching another edition of Water Wednesdays. To view this or previous episode again, please go to our website, www.barbadoswaterauthority.com. You can go to our Facebook or Instagram pages for additional information, or just type Water Wednesdays in YouTube. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can find us there.